It was a wild night of celebrations and booze-fueled mayhem on the streets of Britain last night as revelers welcomed in 2017, and no one was wrapping up warm. Millions of raucous party-goers packed out pubs and clubs, with some braving the freezing temperatures in skimpy dresses. However, as Britons waved goodbye to 2016, there were some unsavoury scenes, with fights breaking out in Swansea and Manchester. In one particularly unsightly scene, a flabby shirtless man was seen repeatedly kicking another lying in a gutter in Manchester, as the New Year celebrations turned ugly. A couple were also seen fighting outside a chip shop in Nottingham, while police restrained the bespectacled man in Swansea's Wind Street. For many, the name of the game was to drink to the point of oblivion, with one girl seen vomiting on the streets of Nottingham. Dozens of partygoers, some unable to stand or speak, had to helped home by their friends as they tottered on their heels on the sodden streets. One reveller was 3 inches away from being castrated when he was impaled on an iron spike after trying to clamber over a metal fence in Wainscott, Kent, at 4 a.m. today. Fire crew had to use the ladder to help him support himself as they cut through the railing with a saw to rescue him. A spokesman for Kent Fire and Rescue Service said he was in a lot of pain and the railing spike had gone through his left thigh. He was conscious throughout and we cut the spike with the special bladed saw and about 3 or 4 inches was left in his leg. It took about 45 minutes to free him and then we removed the ladders and helped him into the ambulance and he was taken to accident in emergency at Medway Maritime Hospital. Earlier in the evening, 1 million revelers lined the streets of London to watch the spectacular fireworks display and celebrate the arrival of 2017. A total of 12,000 fireworks painted the night sky of London during the Mayor's showcase display on the banks of the River Thames.
Some of the stars the world lost in 2016 were honored during the 12-minute spectacle, as Billy, Prince, and the 2 Ronnies, which included the late Ronnie Corbett, featured in the soundtrack. People gathered by London's famous landmarks, including Big Ben and the London Eye, to watch the fireworks light up the sky.
In London, 3,000 police officers patrol the streets with guns and sniffer dogs as security was beefed up. The increased security efforts came after ISIS warned of further attacks and threatened to make New Year mayhem in recent propaganda. Scotland Yard said there had been 35 arrests made by officers for New Year's Eve offences, including GBH, drugs offences, and sexual offences. Edinburgh led the country's Hogmanay celebrations, with 80,000 people attending the world-famous street party and fireworks. Revelers were allowed back onto Calton Hill this year after a ban over safety fears was lifted. The scenes of revelry were replicated around the world. The people of Sydney were treated to a glittering display over their famed harbour and bridge that honoured the singer David Bowie and actor Gene Wilder, who both passed away in 2016. The tone was more somber elsewhere, though, including Berlin, where some expressed worry about the political mood in Germany. It was also relatively quiet in China's 2 largest cities, Beijing and Shanghai. In New York City, meanwhile, people packed into Times Square hours before midnight to secure coveted spots to watch the annual ball drop.